Well, hello there, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. My allergies drive me crazy. We got the curls. We got the scoop. I cut my nails. They were getting on my nerves. I cut them, and I decided to be a little adventurous with the blue. It's not cute not knowing, and now it's time to know. Let's get the hugging. I want to thank you. The acknowledgement of, wait a minute, I have beads everywhere. This is terrible. I got a lot of stories to tell. Thank you for the well wishes on my radio anniversary. See, radio that's the straw that keeps everything else going. I'm not going to do any of this without radio. And yesterday was my 41st anniversary behind the mic. Yes, Auntie walked into her dream, and now we're doing videos, and now we have Scoop. Okay, let me go to this page. Every day I say, I don't want to talk about TJ today, but every day it's up. No, they done found another woman. TJ, you give new meaning to community. TJ Holmes. There's another woman. She is woman number 5. In her mid-20s, she was an overnight associate. I guess when he was doing overnights at ABC. A 5th woman. The stories are coming out. ABC is building their case. Because now they're saying that production people don't want to work with him because he was yelling and snapping. And they said that we don't want to work with him no more. Some people said he was snooty. Some people say he was only nice to the top brass. Who? Robin? George? But many say he was a good worker. And he was overworked and just underreported, that he hustled. And he came a long way. If you remember the days of BET, then CNN, then MSNBC. NBC didn't know what to do with him. Then ABC picked him up, and he did quickly become a favorite. I remember when he did overnights. Then he was doing the reporting on Good Morning America. Then he would fill in a lot of times. Then he wound up doing GMA3, and then everything hit the fan. He must didn't think that this affair with Amy Robach would blow in his face, but you're married, and there are consequences. Now we're finding out about all of these other women, and he was married, and it was just like, TJ, we be wanting to root for you, but then they keep finding these women. Now they are going to work out something. I'm told y'all he'll probably be paid off, but he will not be coming back. Amy trying to save herself. She probably said, am I collateral damage? Because you was married too, and y'all thought it was cute to flaunt it, but there was nothing cute about any of this, about any of it. And they're going to work out, and I think real soon, we're going to find out real soon their fate. That won't be at Good Morning America 3. The PBS documentary on Roberta Flack, it aired last night on PBS. It was so good. I learned so much. I had no idea she was so instrumental in Luther Vandross's career. Because for many years, Luther Vandross was a background singer. People wouldn't sign him, even though he had this incredible voice, but he didn't have the look. And back then with the videos, you know how they get in, but you don't have the look we're looking for. Luther Vandross turned out to be just a musical superstar. The role she played with Peebo Bryson. Boy, Peebo Bryson, I said, oh, he's a little young thing in this. Her friendship with Jesse Jackson now. There's friendship, and then there's her friendship with Jesse Jackson. That's all I'm going to say. She wrote a song called Jessie, and it's on one of her albums. Donny Hathaway. I was in high school when he died. He committed suicide. And I didn't realize that most of their songs did not become hits until after he died, and they released this album. She talked about his mental condition, because Donny Hathaway was something else. I think around the height of his career, when he had This Christmas, 1971, and they realized that he had some mental problems, and there were some very serious things going on. That was a tragic story. It was fascinating. It's about an hour and a half long. And if you're saying, well, Patty, I missed it, that's why I'm here to tell you how you can find it. This Sunday, 11:30 in the morning. It's called Channel 12 here. Look on your local PBS station. Or for free, you go to pbs.org or download the PBS app and you can watch the Roberta Flack thing whenever you want. It was incredible. It was like this great history lesson of her music and how Clint Eastwood chose her song, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, for that movie he was in, Play Misty for Me. And it played such an instrumental part. Her career is fascinating. Y'all know I'm a documentary nut. That's what I'm going to tell you about another one. It's all about hip-hop. Fight the Power, How Hip-Hop Changed the World. This is airing Tuesday night, the 31st, on PBS. Think about, when did you first fall in love with hip-hop? For me, it was in high school. It was this new form of music that was so exciting. It was like, what is this? And when Curtis Blow came out, even my dad, because my parents didn't understand, they said, what is this hip-hop stuff? We called it rap back then. Even my dad liked Curtis Blow. It was life-changing. And who would have thought that 50 years later, because this is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, it's still here, still going strong. I admit, I don't understand some of the stuff that you're saying. And sometimes I don't think I want to. It's because it's different. It's really different from when I first fell in love with hip hop, but it's a genre of music that's here to stay. I love old school hip hop. When did you first fall in love with hip hop? I remember in high school, I was a high school announcer. They would let me play one song, and it was always a hip hop song. I could play one song and then tell the news. I've been doing this forever, y'all. And then tell what's going on, for school activities. They let me play one song. When did you first fall in love with hip hop? Chuck D is the host of this Fight the Power, How Hip Hop Changed the World, Tuesday the 31st on PBS or the pbs.org or the PBS app. I know a lot of people cut the cable. Toya cut her cable. I was reading the thing about baby boomers and cable, and I said, I cut my cable because there's channels I still want to watch. I don't want to do all that stuff with the stick. People be like, just get the fire stick and do ads. The article was funny. They said baby boomers just want to cut the TV on, and it's there. And I said, that's about right. That's just how I want it. But hip hop, let me know when you first fell in love with hip hop. I got Grammy news. The Grammy Awards are February the 5th. Trevor Noah is hosting. It's airing on CBS. It's a Sunday night. I'm hearing that Jay-Z is performing with DJ Khaled. I know they're trying to keep it under wraps, but I hear they're going to do, what's the song God did? Lizzo's performing. Sam Smith is performing. Mary J. Blige is performing. Bad Bunny is performing, as well as I'm hearing Harry Styles. Still trying to figure out, because I kept hearing rumors that Beyonce is going to be performing. Now, this is the interesting thing about the Grammys. Adele is not going to be there. She ain't performing. She's not going to be there. It could be one or two things, because she's nominated for Album, Song of the Year. How come she ain't going? Could be one or two things. She's got the Vegas residency, and they probably won't give her the night off. And she suffers from that sciatic pain, which they say is horrible. And it could be difficult for her to travel. But Adele is not going to be there. So is this going to be Beyonce's night? We're going to see February the 5th. The movie Megan. Movies come out so fast. That movie about the doll going crazy. A sister wrote it, by the way. It's on video on demand already. The movie just came out. And a Megan 2 is coming, but not until 2025. But Megan is already on video on demand. Actress Nia Long, this is definitely her time. The Best Man, her movie Missing, which is in theaters. And of course, this Friday, streaming on Netflix, You People, where she and Eddie Murphy play a married couple. Eddie Murphy is a Muslim in this. Their daughter, Lauren London, is in love with this white Jewish guy, Jonah Hill. His parents are Julia Louis-Dreyfus and David Duchovny. I interviewed comedian Sam J, who's in You People. She's got a lot of projects. She's doing a lot of press. I wonder when the emotional toll, because people are going to ask her, so how's your private life, or how you doing? Because you look great. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, she talked about rebuilding her life. She was engaged to be married to the coach of the Boston Celtics, Udoka. He got caught up in an affair, got taken, suspended from the team. They wouldn't fire him, so they wouldn't have to pay him. But it blew up their relationship, because when did she find out that he was sleeping with one of the executive's wives? Days before it went public. And then the Boston Celtics, they put it all out there. They were together 11 years. They have an 11-year-old son. She was devastated. A lot of us, you're in a relationship, it blows up, somebody cheating. You keep it to yourself. Maybe a handful of people know what really happened. But in this case, everybody found out, because the public, the Boston Celtics, put it out there without any regard for her feelings, her family, her son. And then she got all these projects, so she's got to come on out and support them. She started tearing up during the interview. But she said she's in the process of rebuilding her life. She's not dating Omarion. He was just happy to be in the picture, happy to be in her space. But she says she is rebuilding her life. And it was very tough, that split with the coach, Udoka. Paris Hilton is a mom. She and her husband via a surrogate. She is a mom, a baby boy, for the first time at 41. I just want to make sure that I go through everything on it. I'll be having different pages for different things. Okay. Will Smith. They're bringing back Aladdin. There will be an Aladdin 2 where Will Smith will once again be suiting up as the genie. Writers Guild Award nominations came down for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, The Menu, and the movie Nope, which was shut out of the Academy Awards, Jordan Peele's movie, but it's been nominated for the Writers Guild Award. Not so good news for Mike Tyson. He has been hit with another sexual assault lawsuit. This one is from a New York woman. She said an incident in his limousine in the 90s. It's a $5 million lawsuit, and it could still have life because in New York, those statute of the limitations, they say it doesn't run out. She's from Albany, but she is suing him for $5 million. The View's always got drama. And yesterday I said I think they're a little mean to the little conservative, Alyssa. And they said she has most of her problems with Sunny Hostin. You would think it would be Joy, because Joy just be like, bam, just slams her every time she makes a comment. But people in the audience, if you've ever gone to these tapings and you pay attention to what goes on in commercial breaks, Alyssa don't speak to anybody else. She's like on her phone. It's almost like she's scared of the other women. They're doing that mean girl stuff. They're shutting her out, but they said she's happier when Sunny is not on the set. Thought that was interesting, because it's Joy that be giving her hell. Richard Williams, I've been talking about the dad of Venus and Serena. He's a 10-year-old son by his much younger wife, and he just wants to be divorced. This woman took everything. She sold his cars. She sold his Social Security check. She took everything. They're trying to charge her with elder abuse. She claims she did it because she had no money and no food for her or her child. She forged paper. She tried to get property. She was slick. She was a slickster. He said, I gave her a Porsche. I don't know why. That was never enough. Richard Williams was 80. He married her when he was about like 69. I'm going to tell you something. You older, stop fooling yourself. I don't care if you popping them Viagras. Find out if they love you, or the fact that they can get your Social Security check, because she took all his Social Security checks. He did say that she was a good mom, but he wants to be divorced. Now, if you've noticed, Venus and Serena, they say nothing. They say absolutely nothing. They probably said, you got yourself into it, you can get yourself out. I interviewed him. That little boy was 2. I told you, with the food, the pretzels, throwing them on the floor. I didn't know nobody say nothing. And I'm thinking, not to get in trouble, because we ain't supposed to have food in here. And all she did was caress her pocketbook, just like the genie in Aladdin, and just rubbing it. That's all she cared about. And I was like, she don't love him. She don't love him at all. She didn't. She didn't love him. You got to be careful. You know, I always say, you know, protect your money. I know love is love when you're old. I know the Buzz Aldridge, the astronaut, he been married to somebody at 93. I'm not saying you can't be older and get married. Protect your money and protect what you got, and realize, are they married or do they love you for real? Hell, sometimes you got to ask that when you're younger. Do you love me for you? You love me for me? You love me for real? This woman did not love him, and I've said it over and over. Now he just wants to be done, and he wants a divorce. It's not cute not knowing, and now it's time to know. We need another hug. Come on. It was a lot. It was a lot today, and I really, one day there'll be no talk about TJ, but they keep finding these darn women. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Read a comment, because I do read the comments, and I really want to know, when did you fall in love with hip-hop? Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, because that way you never miss anything. It's curl, scoop, stories, laughs. It's just, it's like good gumbo. It's a whole mixture of everything. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.